Okay, that's very encouraging. Who else was able to practice with what we did yesterday? What about Adekunle Agodirin? Were you in class yesterday?
Yes, I was in class yesterday.
Okay. How
Okay.
far?
How
What's
far?
your
What's what your
Yeah, I
uh,
went through I went through some of the. Can you hear me, sir?
yes, I can hear you very
Yes, I
well.
can hear you very well.
Yeah, I went through some of the topics we did yesterday, and I didn't have any problems then.
Okay, okay,
Okay, okay.
that's good.
That's good.
Uh,
Uh,
Francis
Francis,
Bomodia, you were in
Bomodia.
class yesterday. I think I could remember the name very well. Francis. Yeah. How was the
Hi.
class yesterday?
The class was great.
Any challenge?
I followed through with the practicals as the class was going on. And I think I only got stuck at one point, but that will be taken care of by the video.
I think the line is a bit breaking. Cannot hear you very well.
The class was great. I enjoyed it.
Could not hear you very well. Okay. Were you able to practice what we did?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Good. Ibrahim Ohe, I think you're also in class yesterday. Ibrahim Ohe, can we hear from your side? How was the class yesterday? Were you able to practice what we did? Hello? You can unmute and talk to us. Felix was in class yesterday. Felix Epeyong. How was your experience yesterday with yesterday's class?
So yesterday's class was great.
Okay. You were in
I
class
just
yesterday, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Attended the class.
Oh, good.
I did
Um,
I did some practice,
okay.
although I took
Okay.
part of it. Um,
Okay. That's good. That's what I want to hear. I want you to practice, not just watching the class, practice and get what we do, uh, or what we did in class. That's the only way you can get the most of the class. Okay, Mr. Geoffrey, what was your assessment of yesterday's class? Mr. Geoffrey, okay, Ibrahim is on the road. He has responded. Okay, okay. What about Light Guest? Light, who is Light Guest? What's your name? What is using the name Light Guest there? Can we hear from you? Were you in class yesterday?
Yes, sir. I was in class.
Okay.
I took the. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the way you are taking the lectures. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I I took part with the Power BI, the first ones, and the Tableau, and I
Okay.
really had good knowledge. I really enjoyed it seriously. And yesterday I was
Okay.
there too, but I left before time, and I took the
Oh,
practice. Yeah, but I didn't finish, so I'll
okay.
still have to go through today. Thank you very much. I
Okay.
really
That's
was
good.
really good.
I'm happy. I'm happy you've been following. You've been following all this while.
Yeah,
If you've
yeah,
joined the Power BI and joined the Tableau, it means you've been following
yeah.
VMC. Thanks for that.
And I took the class and I
So
did the practical, so it was really, really good and understandable. Thank you.
I appreciate that. So we want you to recommend us to your friends and colleagues, your younger ones, and other people too. Mona Abiba,
Yeah.
Abiba Taiwo.
I
Yeah, thank you very much. Right. What's your name? The light guest.
Philomene from Cameroon. Yeah, I'm a Cameroon lady.
Oh, Cameroonian.
Philomene, yeah,
Okay.
Numbisi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Men.
Philomena.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining us. You can put the name in the chat box. I could not hear the name very well. Perhaps I will to
Okay.
pronounce it better next time. Yeah.
Okay, it's Philomena. I'll do that.
Oh, Philomena. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think we are almost at 2. We can start the class now. Okay, now Abiba Taiwo. I think you were in class yesterday too. Can you share your experience with us too? Okay, good. Now, you're welcome back once again to the day 2 of BMC data analysis training for January cohort 2024. This is the first cohort this year, and we'll encourage you to take the most of this opportunity. This training come at a time when the issue of technology, the tech, is the need for tech is on the rise. And like people used to say, they said tech is the new oil. Tech is the new oil. At this point, no knowledge of technology is can be underestimated. And the fact that power data analysis is one of the areas that does not require immense coding. You don't need to code too much. You don't need to have a specific knowledge before joining. From wherever field you find yourself, you can always find your way into data analysis. And one of the tech area that pays well is this data analysis job. So let's take our time, learn and practice. Remember, you can't be perfect unless you practice. You cannot be perfect unless, or you can't become expert rather, because you cannot be perfect. Even if you practice, you can be perfect, but you cannot become an expert without practicing. So the more you practice, the more you become expert in whatever field you chose. Okay, so yesterday we started our class with introduction to Excel, interface, some basic functions, subtotals, data structuring, validations, and the number formatting in Excel. So today we're going to continue with yesterday's workbook, which is conditional formatting. We're going to talk about conditional formatting today, and then we move to today's workbook, where we're going to learn from logical functions to sorting to filtering and some basic statistical formulas too. So we are going to look at all this today. So let's remain muted. If you have any question, use the raise hand button. We'll call you and you're going to explain, you raise your question and we'll look at it together to learn from wherever area of challenge you are facing. Okay, now when we talk about formatting, you remember yesterday we were formatting. When I was telling you about formatting, that the numbers, nothing affects what you have at the number. If you look at this phone number, you can see that it's still what we have that is still there. If you look at the date, look at everything you have, your date still remain your date, but the format will refill it in a different way. Look at the figures there, 256,056 naira, but you see 256K as the formatted number. So these are that shows you that formatting a number does not change your number, but it shows the way your number will be presented or will look like. But in some cases, you want to automate some things when you want to identify the highest, the lowest, you want to automate some kind of formatting in Excel. In that case, we make use of what is called conditional format. All these formats we have here, we can place them on condition, while if something happens like this, want you to react like this. If this is this, format this way. Now, to get to conditional formatting, we have conditional formatting under the Home tab. When you click on the Home tab, you see the ribbon. This Home tab ribbon, you see conditional formatting. So click on this drop down here. You see that this is broken down into like 5 different sets. We have the first two and we have the next 3. The first two is about highlighting a cell based on category, based on certain parameters. For example, you want to highlight cells that is greater than so number, highlight cells that are greater than average, highlight cells that are greater than forever, or you want to highlight some cells that are less than. You want to see the least 10, the last 10, all those things. We have between. We want to highlight cells, all the scores, all the sales between so period and so between so and so. So Excel will do it for you instead of you to be looking up and down and be looking for where is this, where is that, and be doing formatting by yourself. Excel will do that formatting for you automatically. We want to identify cells that are equal to something or that contain a certain text or a date occurring between a particular period, or you want to identify duplicate values. So all these can be identified or formatted by use of conditional formatting. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. We have these students' names here, and we can see the scores by each of these students. We have mathematics, English, and science. Now, we want to identify, want to highlight scores that are above 70 in this case. All scores above, okay, I think everything above 70. Let's highlight scores above 80. We want to highlight scores above 80. So instead of clicking on it one by one and start formatting them, what do? Select the range of cell, click on your Home tab, and if you don't want to be dragging your cursor all the time, just press on the Alt key on your keyboard. The moment you press Alt key on your keyboard, all the tabs are activated. Now we are going to Home tab, just press H. You will see that now all these buttons are also ready. To go to move to conditional formatting, just press L and then you are there. Can you see now? You have H and then you get to wherever you're going to. So you want to see scores.
Just repeat that shortcut again. Shortcut again.
Okay, I will. Click on greater than. Now we want to identify cells that are greater than 80 in this case. Just select 80 and select what kind of format you want to give to that. Light red, yellow field with this, or custom format. Custom format, okay. You want to put it in number, in decimal, all those things we learned yesterday. You can always add them here. You can always use them here. Font, number, formatting, or whatever. You can do all those things, border, fill, and the rest. And just click OK, and then you are good to go. So with this now, you will see that Excel, okay, have we done formatting on it? Okay. Sorry. We have the Alt key. When you press Alt key, it activates all the tabs. Can you try that on your keyboard? Just press Alt key.
What is?
The Alt key on your keyboard. Alt key on the keyboard. When you press Alt key, everything is activated. What's that? So now you now click on, you now look at where you are going. Are you going to Home tab or Insert or Data tab or Formula? Press H for Home tab. Press L for conditional formatting. So that means Alt HL. Next time you are going to conditional formatting now, you just press what? Alt plus H plus L. With these three keyboard now, you get to conditional formatting. That's how to develop some shortcut for yourself. Alt HL. Can you see now? You are there. So you want to identify cells that are greater than 80. Have 80 and we click OK. So can you see now? So if by tomorrow, if you change this number to 60, automatically is how some format. Because of what? Because it's less than 8. Please, let's be muted, please. Can you try that, everyone? Show the conditional. Let's use conditional formatting for that, and identify cells that are greater than 80. Let's format it that way. 1 minute for that. Select your cell, press Alt HL, or you go to Home tab and click on conditional formatting. But shortcut will make you work faster. When you learn shortcut, it makes your job faster than every other whatsoever. Yep. So that is a simple way of identify scores that are greater than certain number. So at a glance, you quickly know who and who passed the test, who and who failed. Before, instead of looking up and down and counting number of people who fail or pass, with this, you can quickly see it. And there's no mistake here in this case. Human being can mistakenly identify the wrong whatsoever, but in most cases, computer will not do the same thing. The moment you change to 79, it change to 81, automatically it will take the effect because it has been programmed to identify scores above 81, above 80. That's good. Now let's look at another option here. Let's look at cells. Let's identify cells below cells below 80 this time around. Cells below 80 in this case. So Alt HL, go to formatting, and they want to see item that is less than number less than what? By 80 again. 80, just click, let's make it yellow field. This time around, I click OK. Can you see that the system has automatically detected those ones that are less than 80? So when you are working, assuming you formatted a whole column, so you don't need to bother yourself. The moment the score is inputted, Excel will identify those colors, those numbers as lesser than 90 or 80, whatever you put there. So if you change this tomorrow to 76 or 78, you see that automatically the number will be highlighted and formatted the way you want. Also, we also use conditional formatting to identify numbers between certain number and numbers, or to identify a text containing certain number. In this case, let's look at this name very well. Let's look at this name. Let's say we want to identify the numbers, the name that that contain MI. We have Michael, we have Emily here. Okay, let's quickly identify the cell, the names that contain MI. Alt HL, and then you have your age, and go to text that containing certain thing. Let's look for text that contain MI. Can you see? It automatically identify those texts, red text, and click OK. Those texts are identified automatically because they contain M and I. Am I communicating at all? Can use the chat box. Yes, if I'm communicating, and no, and raise your hand if you have any question. Okay, now, okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is sometimes you have a range of numbers, and you want to know, perhaps you want to know the top 10 students, or the top 5 students, or the top 10 sales, the top 10 customers, the top 10, the bottom 10, the top 10%, the bottom 10%, those above average. So sometimes you want to identify those numbers in your range, your data range on your numbers. You still make use of conditional formatting for that. Okay, let's quickly look at this. Select this number, then Alt HL. This time around, we're not going to use highlight cells rule. We move to top 10, top or bottom rule. We want to know the top 5 students, the best 5 students in science. In science, just come to this place and click on top 10. Click on top 10, and you have the opportunity of changing from 10 to whichever number you want now. Top 3. You can see that the top 3 are already identified. You want to know the best student, the top 5 students identified already. Let's change the color to green fill and click OK. And see they are already painted with the color of our choice. So if you change this tomorrow to like 60 is half, and the remaining, the top 5 students are highlighted. We have 6 because we have 88 and 88 at the same time. The moment this become 89, then another one will be dropped. The top 5 students. Okay, we still have 86 and 85. Let's make this 85, and see the top 5 students. Top 6 because the numbers are the same. So that is it. You can try this also now. The top 5 students. Identify the top 5 students. Highlight them. You want to highlight the top 5 students or top 5 scores. A minute for that. Okay. Any question? Okay. Okay, so let's move forward and see what else we can do with this conditional formatting. So now let's move. I'm going to clear all these rules now. All the rules we have currently now. So I can select the entire sheet. Alt H, Alt HL. Select the entire sheet. Press Alt HL. Get to conditional formatting. Now I want to clear the rules. Come down here. You see clear rules from selected cell or from the entire sheet. So I'm going to clear all the rules here from the entire sheet now. Okay, good. Now, let's look at the other options, the other things we have under the conditional formatting. Let's select the entire numbers here and the Alt HL. This time around, we're going to look at data bars. We also have top percent, bottom percent, above average. You want to see people above average and below average here. So I think you go to all this one follow the same rule like we did earlier. And we have data bars. Data bars is a way of visualizing our data in a way that when you see it, you quickly identify which is bigger and which is smaller. Let's look at this. Looking at this data, you can see that this is like a bar chart inside the column, inside our rows. How did we get this? Control Z again, Control Z. Select your data, go to your home tab, conditional formatting, and click on data bars. You can see different data bars. We have gradient and we have solid. Solid bars are there and gradient bars are there. Looking at it, you can quickly say which is the lowest sales, or which is the lowest cost, and which is the highest score. You see that each of these bar represent the numbers within this cell. If you make this like, okay, let's make this 38, you will see that it automatically become the smallest number among the whatsoever. So if you want to present your number in a way that you want to identify only this, you want people to see the numbers like in form of a bar, you can make use of this in your chart. So following that, we have the next one that follows is an icon. Select your data, go to your home tab, conditional formatting, and click on, okay, let's check color scale first. We have color scale where you can also, you also have the opportunity of identify the colors based on certain parameters. You could see that the highest color is in green and the lowest color is in red. So the greener it becomes, the higher it becomes. The red, is it redder or silver? It goes the lesser the numbers. So we also have varieties. We have varieties of data bars there too. We have varieties of data bars. You can also edit the data bars. All this you can edit them. You can use more options. You can see if you want the middle number to be white, want to know the medium number that separate the colors, you can always add them to it. You can see all this will give you white as a middle color, and you can see different color. You can also manage the rule also. If you want 2 scale color or 3 scale color, you can always pick and you select what you want at the minimum numbers should be which color, the midpoint should be what color, and the highest point should be what color. So you can okay, let's make this the mid color should be blue, the other one should be this. So it's going to fall like this from red to blue and to green. So let's check and see. Okay, now you can see the mid colors, the best scores, the mid scores, and the low and the smallest numbers there, 54. You see that is how we use color scale to format our cells. And finally, in that group, we have icons. Icons work exactly like the first two, except that it use different signs. It use different signs to identify what is happening. If you use something like this, you're going to see the way it's going to show you. You see that um let's look at something like this. The bars like this are like the battery bars on your phones. It's telling you that one is full and one is like empty and one is in the middle and whatsoever. So you can see you can use this for green. The mark will represent the higher scores. The exclamation will represent the midpoint, while the X will represent a small hollow. You can use circle, use square, use any of these to represent whatever you want to represent. You have the top, the lower, and the midpoint. So those are the way by which you can make use of conditional formatting. So at the end of the class, you can also practice duplicate values here, text containing something here, and format some date that fall between certain period. You hear that? So any date that is that falls, okay, the last 10 days, last 7 days. So all those things you can always practice them after the class. I hope we can move to the next one. Any question on this before we move to the next today's workbook? If you want us to move to the next one, type yes in the chat box. Yes in the chat box. I want to be sure you are following the class. Want to move
Hello,
to the
sir.
hello?
Yes, sir. Please, I didn't get that odd sign. You said I was all just dragging. You said you should click the odd sign
Okay.
to range it.
Okay. You want to use the alt sign, right? To get into the
Yes, as
into
a shortcut.
the shortcut. Okay, no problem. Which anytime just click on any cell in your Excel. Have you done that? Click on any cell and press alt key. When you press alt key, you see A, B, C, and numbers on the tabs, on the bar, the tabs you have above the Excel worksheet. So then you can pick wherever you are going. For
Yes, please.
example, if you are going to data tab, it's going to be what? Alt A. This is A now here. Let me see, this is Alt A. If you are going to data tab, Alt A will take you to data tab. And the data validation is what? Is V. Alt
Oh,
H V. The benefit of this is that if you use a particular function every time, just try to master the shortcut to that function. So every time you are going there, you don't need to be going through the mouse. Just press such a thing, and it's going to give you what you want immediately. For example, I use paste special always. Look at it like this. Let's say we have equals to this plus this plus this. We have this. So I want to copy this and paste special on a sheet. I can quickly say, okay, Control C, and here right click and look for this. But what about if I just use the shortcut, eh, which is Alt HVV? With this, everything is ready. And how do I get to Alt HVV? Press Alt. You see H here. You see V here. And you see V again. So the moment you master the number, if you use it often, just master the sequence and use it straight away. You don't need to click anything. It's going to do what you want it to do for you. So that is it. Just press Alt key anytime. It's going to activate for you, except when your cursor is blinking. When your cursor is blinking, it will not it might not activate. But when you just click on the cell, it activates faster and going to give you what you want. Is that okay?
yes, thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay. Now, so we want to learn logical functions. One of the secret of Excel is this thing we want to learn today: logical functions. Excel performs logics. You give instructions. If this is this, do this. If this is this and this is not this, do this. When this is this, do this. So that's what we're going to learn today. To give instruction to Excel to perform miracle. You know what we have done before? We have highlighted cells. What if we want to do more than just highlight them? We want to give further instruction to Excel. What do? We're going to use logical functions. When you click on formula bar, you see logical functions here among the functions that are prominent in Excel library. So click on logical function, you see and, false, if error, if NA, ifs, not, and this and this and this and this and this. All these are logical functions in Excel. But for this part of the class, we're going to look at some of them, like the like of if. Actually, we're going to focus on if, but to use if, we want to learn how to use and or in case we need to do more than one, want to add more than one criteria to our if functions. Let's look at this. These guys attended the class or exam or test, and here are the scores. We want to confirm if somebody score 50, minimum of 50 and above in all subjects. That is, if somebody score 50 and above in all these, we want it to show to be true. If he score, if he pass in 2 and miss the third one, it's not going to be passed. So how do we do that? We use and. When you have all the criteria to be true, that is, it must pass the 3. So we just type equals to and. Select the first one, 30 greater than 50, comma. That is the first one that you want to know if this is greater than 50, comma, and this is greater than 50, comma, and this is greater than 50. Close the bracket, enter. False. Once again, let me reintroduce that. We want to know if Salis Johnson scored 50 in all the subjects. Because we want to know if it's all subject, we're going to use the word condition logical function called and. That is, it must score more than 50 in mathematics and physics and chemistry. It must score minimum of 50 in mathematics and physics and chemistry. So the and must be there for the 3 of them. So and the first one is this greater than 50? We want to know, comma. Is this greater than 50, comma, and is this greater than 50? Then we can close the bracket. Can you try it now, everyone? So you can drag it down and let's see who pass and who fails.
Excuse me, sir. This
Hello?
one is it the first Excel? Is it in today's own or yesterday's one?
Today's workbook.
Today's work.
Yes, we've moved to today's workbook now.
Okay.
The first sheet, logical function. That's the first sheet.
Okay.
Left.
Okay.
And this is greater than 50. This is greater than 50, greater than 50. So the 3 must be greater than 50 to attain true. If one is less than 50, it's going to tell you false. Two minutes for that, everyone. You are done, type done. Type done if you are done. Once you are done, type done in the chat box. You are done, type done in the chat box. Okay, Mr. Geoffrey, done. Where is done again?
Mine is showing error.
Not done.
Can you give us the query again?
Okay. Type equals to and. Is it? And then you select the first one, greater than 50. Open the bracket, pick one by one. See 30 greater than 50, comma. 81 greater than 50, comma. 90 greater than 50, comma. So if one of them is not up to 50, it's going to give you false. It means the guy did not pass all the subjects.
use to show the function above?
That what?
What shortcut did you use to show the function, the formula?
I just press just put a space before the before equals to. Here, just put a space before equals to. You're going to change it from formula to a physical formula that you can read out. That is the shortest way to do that. There are other ways to show your formulas too, but this is the shortest way. If you want to show it separate, you use formula text. Formula text. On the bracket, put this and close the bracket. This will do it for you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry,
This
excuse
can
me,
also
sir.
do it
Mine,
for you.
all of my own is showing false.
False. Everything is showing false. Why?
I don't know.
Everything cannot be false unless you change your numbers. Okay, in our case, we have false, true, false, true, false, false. We have more false and two true. Okay.
Are we to drag it down?
Akin, you
Yes.
say we should put a square before the equals to?
Before equals to yes.
It is not showing.
It will. Put space before equals to, it will turn from numbers to physical formulas. Is it? You can see that it's highlighted now. Can you look at my screen, please, everyone? Look at my screen. You can see that this formula is activated now, right? You can see this now. Now, in front of this, my formula now, if I put space, you can see that the formula is no longer activated. Click OK. The formula will show. When you put a space before your formula, you see the formula as a text. Or you can use formula text and put the formula inside the text G15. It will show you the formula by the side or wherever you choose it has to be. Okay, Olaolu, is that Olaolu, right?
Yes, excuse me, sir.
Okay.
So
What's
I
wrong?
got the first one to be false. So I want the other one. Will I be typing it one by one, or I will
No.
drag it down?
Just
So I
drag it
tried
down. Just drag
I
it
dragged
down.
it down. It didn't give me anything. It was just nothing was. I didn't get anything.
The first one is false, and other ones you drag it down. Are you sure you drag it very well? Just drag it. When you click, if you want to know whether you see something there, click on the cell. Do you see formula inside?
The second cell.
Yeah.
No.
That means there's no formula there. Okay, if you cannot do that, just press. Another way to copy down is this. Select from the first one to the last one like this, and press Ctrl D. Ctrl D. Ctrl plus D. Yeah. Press Ctrl plus D. Highlight from the first one to the last one. Highlight everything like this and press Ctrl D. It will copy down. Yeah, Ctrl D will copy down. Great. Now, the next thing that follows is OR. What if we don't want to know if we pass everything? We want to know if you pass this or this or this. That is, if you score 50 and above in any of the subjects. That is, in this case, we are not concerned that it must pass all the subjects, but at least it must score 50 in any of the subjects. In that case, we're going to use the function called OR function, which means that this is this greater than 50, 50, or this is greater than 50, or this is greater than or equals to 50, depending on what you want. If you want to use greater than or equals to, you can also do the same thing. So this time around, we use or and give us true. Drag it down. This guy has false because it did not pass any of the subjects. But for other ones who score at least 50 in any of the subjects, look at this guy, 30, 81, 90. Because he passed these two, is true, which means that Excel got it right. A minute for that. Before we now move to the main thing. Yeah. The main.
Hello, good day, sir.
Hello, good day.
Sir, please, I can't see your screen. I
My
only
screen,
see the conditional. I
I
am
can't see
only
my
seeing the
screen.
conditional.
It means you have
Like,
to exit and rejoin. There is a lag from your hand. Exit and rejoin the group.
no problem, sir.
You need to exit and rejoin, yes. That is all. That is how to use all function. Now, let's now look at if function. If. The way if function work is this. There are three rules. There are three things, or three arguments in if function. If you get this, let's say you send somebody to go and buy something for you. Let's say you want to go and buy bread and perhaps akara. You now say, okay, if you get bread, buy akara. That's the first question. The argument is if you get bread. The second argument is buy akara. So the third one now, if you don't get bread, what do you want it to do? Buy gari. Is that clear? If you get bread, that's the first argument. If it is true, if you get it, buy akara. If not, buy olukuli or buy epa or buy gari. That is just the three arguments you're going to use under if function. Now let's look at this. You want to know if a staff and above 30,000. If a staff above 30,000 want to return true. If otherwise, want to return false. How do we do that? It is greater than 30,000. We want to, or greater than or equals to also. That is, if there's 30,000 naira, we want to include it in our result. Type it equals to if, then open the bracket. The logical text now is that the sales is greater than 30 or equals 30,000. Now say, if this is greater than or equals to 30,000, comma, that is the test. That's what we want to test. Look at my formula. There's something under here. We have value if true. If it is true, what do you want? I want to return yes. Double quote. Yes. Double quote. When you are typing text in your formula, you must put your text in double quote. Please note that. Any text you are typing in your formula, except true or false. True and false only does not need quote. Every other text needs quote. And not single quote twice, please. Don't press single quote twice, but press shift and the single quote. It will give you double quote. So if it is true, we want to return yes. If it is false, we want to return no. Double quote, close the bracket. Again, if this is greater than or equal to 30,000, comma, if it is true, yes. Value if false, no. Click enter. This is yes. Let's try another one again. Let's do the same thing. If equal to if, open the bracket. If this is greater than or equals to 30,000, comma. If it is true, what do we want? We want yes. Double quote, comma. If it is false, double quote, no. Double quote, close the bracket, enter. Can you try that now? Over to you. Try it. You can drag it down. Once you are done, type done in chat box. Let's see done. Once you are done, type done in chat box. Here's the formula. Okay, are you done? Done. Okay, who else again is done? Anna is done. Who else again? Who else again? Done. The light is done. Who else again is done? Use the chat box. If you have questions, you can ask your question now. While people are practicing, you can ask questions. Done, Mr. Godfrey. Okay, done, Francis. Okay,
Is there
good.
an issue whereby when you type the first formula and you want to copy to the other cells and it gives you the same thing? Is it like I'm making an error?
If it's giving you the same thing as how, I don't understand that.
Yeah, like the first one after putting the formula is yes, and when I drag down, everything is showing yes. Meanwhile, there are two no's.
Yeah, perhaps did you lock the cell? Did you lock the cell on F4?
No, it's just the same way that I opened it.
Okay. Now, okay, what happened is this. Go back to your formula bar, formula tab,
Okay.
and under the calculate option, look at my home, please. Look at my screen.
Okay, sir.
Look at my screen.
Okay.
After you click on formula tab, formula bar, you see calculate option here. Change it to automatic. That is it. Change it to automatic. It means that yours will be in either manual or whatsoever. Or
Okay.
automatic reset. Yeah.
You're
So
right.
change to automatic here.
Someone.
So it will automatically update formula. You want it to be updating manually. That is what is doing for you. Okay, that's good.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So the next we're going to look at is now what if we have more than one criteria? Okay, or let's do another example again under the if before we move to more complicated one. We want to give 10% bonus. 10% bonus to whoever has spent more than 5 years. For what? Anybody greater than 5 years in the company. Let's try that. 10% bonus or nothing. Get it? Now let's calculate the bonus now. You can say, okay, equals to if for the bracket year in service, if this year in service is greater than 5, comma, what do you want? We want 10% multiplied by this, as example, in case for this, comma, 10% bonus on the sales, otherwise, nothing. When you want to put nothing in Excel, just put double quote twice. That's all. Double quote twice will give you empty cell. Enter. So it's either you get 10% or nothing. Can you see? Even though there are formulas there, but it's nothing because we have double quote twice. You can see that this time around we didn't put the formula in double quote because it's number. If it is text, you're going to put it in double quote before it can work. That's another example under logical functions. Now, don't bother to do that. Let's move to the next one. You're going to practice again. Let's move to if or. What if you want more than one criteria? That is, if the year in service is greater than 5 years, or the sales is above 30,000, either of the two. If this is greater than 5, or Control C, Control V, and they want or. If you meet any of the criteria, if he has spent more than 5 years, or his sales is greater than 30, you're going to get 10% bonus. How do you do that? Now, please look at my screen, everyone. At this point, look at my screen. Start from equals to if, the same way we started before. And your logical test now, you don't just go to logical test when you have more than one criteria. You start with the or function, because or will house all your logical functions together. Or this is greater than 5, this greater than 5. Remember how we did it earlier when we were doing or only, comma, this greater than or equals to 30,000. You close the bracket. That means those are the two criteria that we want to check. Either this is greater than 5 or this is greater than 30,000 naira, comma. We are done with our logical test. Here's our logical test now. Unlike the first one where we just have a single logical test, this time around we have more than one logical test, and this formed the logical test. Or this is this, or this is this, comma. So if it is true, what do you want? We want 10% multiply by this. Or if it is false, we want to show not qualified. Double quote, close the bracket, enter. So let's see what we get here. Drag it down. Have 2 non-qualified staff. Let's check them. The year is less than 5 and the sales is less than 30,000. See, the other guy is just a newcomer, 2 years and 26,000. This guy has 30,000, and but the year is very low, 4 years but 30,000. That is how to use if or function. If or function. That is if this is this or this is this. When you have 2 criteria like that, you use the function or in your logical test. Is that clear? Can you try that? Two minutes for that. Try it out. Ask question if it's not clear.
Please, sir, can you repeat that if not? That if.
Okay. Well, if or if. Which
This
one?
last one you just
The
explained.
last one. Okay. If you got it, you can be doing it. If you don't get it, follow us again. We want to identify, we want to give 10% bonus. If if the staff has spent 5 years, more than 5 years in service, or the sales is generating is 30,000 and above. So either if you meet any of two, you're going to get the bonus. Is that clear? Hello, you get that? If you meet either of the two criteria, you're going to get what? Bonus. So we're going to make use of or in that regard, because we only need one condition out of either 2 or 3 or whatsoever. So we start with if. And to write your logical test, since you have more than one logical test, you're going to start your logical test with or function. Then you open the bracket. You now select your condition. This is greater than 5, or this is greater than or equals to 30,000. Then close the bracket. That is your logical test. Do you get this part? Hello?
Yes.
Get this part? Okay, that
Yes.
is, you have just written your logical function. Just the same way we did here when we use the or, ordinary or here. Just like that. We have written our logical test now. After the comma, we now want, if it is true, value if true. What do you want to show? If it is true, we want to show 10% multiply by this, comma. If it is false, what do you want? You want to display not qualified. Double quote. Then close the bracket. That's all. That is it. So you can try it. That is how to use if or when you want to get a criteria between one and the other one. Then if it is this, do this. If it is not this, do this. That is that. Then followed by this. This time around, we want to know if this bonus eligibility. Okay. Now, if the bonus, if the bonus is yes, and the year in service is greater than 5, and you can see that I use the word and. If the bonus eligibility is yes, and the year is greater than 5, then it's going to get 10% bonus. It means that it must meet two criteria. These are not either or. It must meet these two criteria must be met. This must be yes, and the year must be greater than 5. Is that okay?
Please repeat the criteria bonus. Listen,
I
repeat
said
the criteria.
the bonus eligibility. If a staff, if the bonus eligibility is yes, and the year in service is greater than 5, then you get 10% bonus. Is that okay? Is that clear? It must be eligible, and the year in service must be greater than 5 years. So you can see that those two things are tied together. If it's eligible, but the year is less than 5, you cannot get the bonus. If year is more than 5, but it's not eligible, you can't get it. So it must be eligible, and the year in service must be greater than what? 5 years. So let's see how we are going to do that. Let's type a formula again, the same way we did or. To start with, if and now. If and instead of if or, we use what? If and. So with if and, we start with this. If this is equals to, when you are working with text, if this is equals to double quote yes, please ensure that you write the yes exactly the way it is here. If this equals to yes, comma, and this is greater than 5, comma. Oh, sorry, those are two things. Close the bracket. We are done with our function, our criteria. This equals to yes, comma, or this greater than 5, comma. If it is true, let's give 10% bonus. Or if it is true, okay, let's say 10% bonus. Oh, sorry, 10%. Okay, let's 10% bonus. Bonus. It means we are going to put it in double quote now, because I want to make it text. 10% bonus, comma. If it is false, no bonus. Bonus. Double quote. Question mark. Close the bracket. If this is yes, and this is greater than 5, 10% bonus. Otherwise, no bonus. Let's click enter and see what we have. You can get 10% bonus. Let's drag it down and see others. No bonus, no bonus, no bonus. Only like 4 people get bonus. Only 4, like 4 of them get their bonus, 10% bonus. Let's check them. We have this to be yes, and this. This is yes, but 3. This is yes and 7. This is yes, but 4. This is no, but 6. This is yes, but 2. This is yes and 8. This is yes, but 5, because it's greater than 5, not equals to 5. So yes and 7. So we only have 4 10% bonus by using the two criteria together. So the same way we did or, we use and the same way, except that in the case of and, one must meet the 2 criteria or 3 criteria, depending on the number of criteria you are putting forward. If it meets the 2 criteria, passed. For example, if you have a score sheet. I say if it's greater than this, comma, and this greater than this, you can line up all subjects, then pass at the end of the day. Otherwise, fail. So you can have more than 1 criteria, you can have more than 2 criteria, you can have more than 10 criteria. It's going to work for you. That is if and. And the last one we're going to look at is nested if. Nested if. Please, let's look at this very well.
Hello, sir.
Nested if.
Excuse me, please.
Hello?
Yeah, please. Looking at this, I think it's 41.
Okay.
The criterias are 5 years and
And yes.
eligibility. Yeah, but
Yeah.
looking at the
We have no
if
bonus.
and yeah, we have
Because
no bonus. Why
yes,
is it so,
because
please?
we have no bonus because we put greater than 5, not greater than or equals to 5. If you make it greater than and equals to 5 now, it will be 10% bonus. Can you see? If it is greater than or equals to, but what we have is just greater than. So which means the equals to is not applicable in this case. Exactly. So that's why we have no bonus there. Good. Now the last one we want to look at is nested if. We can also use ifs, but in most cases, most people use nested if. What does nested if stand for? Or what do we use nested if for? We use nested if when you have a graduated list. You have a list, for example, in terms of age, you can say, okay, between 0 and 18, let's call them teenagers. You can see between 19 and 29, let's call them young adults. Get it? Between 30 or 28, rather, let's follow the same pattern. Let's make it 28. Let's say between 29 to 49, let's call them adults. I see that the list is graduating, which means that whoever falls between any of these will be regarded as something like this. That is what we use nested if for. Okay, for people who are accountants among us here, you say if somebody's salary is less than 300,000, less than 300,000, is going to pay 7% of so and so and so. If salary is between 300 and 600,000, there is way you calculate the salary. Between 600 and between the next 500, there's where you calculate. That's why I know all those things. All those things we use nested if to calculate the graduated list. That is called a graduated list. We are grouping the numbers. So in this case, we're going to look at the year of service. Those who spent less than 3 years, so anybody that spent less than 3 years, we call them new staff. Clear? Whoever spent between 3 years and 5 years, 3 to 5 years, we're going to call them executives. And anything above 5 years, we're going to call them senior staff. Is that okay? Let's look at it again. We are going to look at the year in service. We want to classify all these people based on the year in service. It means the list is going to be graduated. We are going to use the same list, but we are going to categorize them based on the list. And we are going to use these 3 categories. Anyone that is less than 3 years will be regarded as what? New staff. Between 3 and 5 years, we're going to call them executive. And anybody above 5 years we're going to call them senior staff. For the same thing applicable to the bonus we are doing, you can say, okay, whoever spent less than 3 years, they're going to get 3% of 10% discount, 10% bonus. 3 to 5 years, you're going to get like a 15% bonus. And above this, you're going to get so percent bonus. So you can group people based on certain criteria, based on number list, and you use necessary to apportion them. So let's quickly work on this and see how we're going to do that. Equals to if function. If the year in service is less than 3, comma, what do you want? New staff. Double quote. That's the first one. If the answer, please look at my screen for now. If yen service is less than 3, we call them new star, comma. Now, the secret here is that don't close, don't go to if first. Start your formula again. If again. Start with under if now. If the same cell again is less than or equals to 5, because it's between 3 and 5. So if it's less than or equals to 5 now, this time around, what to call them what? Executive. Executive, double quote, comma. Since we have only 2 criteria, so anything above that is what? If false. If it doesn't meet any of the 2 criteria, the last one is what? Is senior staff. That is if false. Senior staff, double quote, bracket, enter. Again, let's do it again. Equals to if. You can go ahead now and practice. When I will be talking, you can be following now. If select your cell for the year in service. If the year in service is less than 3, comma, double quote, new staff, double quote again to close the bracket and put comma. That's the first if. If C34 is less than 3, comma, double quote, new staff. Then start again. If, open the bracket again. If C34 again is less than or equals to 5, because it's 3 to 5, or because we have added that. So if it is less than or equals to 5, or you can make it less than 6. If it is less than 6, comma, what do you want? You want to show executive, double quote, executive, double quote, comma. Then now, since we have met it, we are done with the 2. The last one now is that if it doesn't meet any of the 2 criteria, if it is false, if the 2 are not met, just call the guy senior staff, double quote, senior staff, double quote, then close the bracket and enter. Found a typo in your formula and they try to correct it. What's the typo? Senior staff. If this is this, do you want a correction? If the why is the typo? This, if this is this, comma, senior staff. Why is the typo? I can't see the typo. Executive. I think it's executive. Still not. It's still not. Okay, okay. The typo error here, please look at the error, is that when you have 2 if, you must have 2 brackets at the end. When you have 3 if, you must have 3 brackets at the end. When you have 4 ifs, you must have 4 brackets at the end. In this case, we have 2 ifs, so we must have 2 brackets at the end of the formula. So we drag this down and move. Bam. So you can see now that they are now being created based on the instruction. Senior staff, executive, senior staff, executive, new staff. That's 2 years, and other ones are senior staff and executives. That's how to use. That's how to create nested if.
Hakim,
Yes.
let me the last aspect, the double brackets.
Yeah.
Is it only at the end?
Yes, only at the end.
Okay.
Only at
Is
the
it not
end.
possible to close off the first bracket
No.
and do the second one without including double bracket? It doesn't work that way.
The moment you close it, it will take you to value if false. You get it
Okay.
now?
Okay.
That's why I said don't close it. Just put comma and start your if again. When you are done with the value if false, then you can now close all the brackets together. That's when you go to close all the ifs together.
Okay. Okay. The double bracket will close out the ifs, huh?
Yes. If you have three if, then you have to have 3 brackets.
All right.
If you have 4 ifs, you have 4 brackets. Close.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. That is if functions. If. Okay. Any question on if before we move to the next topic, sorting and filtering?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought you said we don't leave space in Excel, but when you were doing your logical this thing, new stuff, there is space at the center.
Oh, thank you very much. This is I use this one in form. This is like a quote. I'm just
Oh, that's
quoting
how
it.
it worked.
Yes, but when you are naming, when you want to create a name, you want to create a name for a page, for sorry, a name for a table, a cell. You don't put space in the name.
Okay,
That is it. Welcome. So for sorting now, let's quickly move to sorting.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, please. What you explained to the sister, I don't think I got it. What is it when you have like quality rating? Like when we have quality rating, is it where you say there shouldn't be space?
When you have text like this, doesn't matter.
Yes.
But when you are creating a name, you want to name a cell, a range, or a table. For example, I want to name this cell now. I want to give a name to it from here.
Payroll.
Yeah, I want to change this. I want to give it a name. I say pay. Let me say pay. I put space. Payroll. Look at it, something like this. If I click enter, it will not accept it.
I'm not see where you're pushing on.
Can you see my screen? Look at my name. Can you see in the name box? H33.
H33.
Name box. Can you see the name box above the file? See my cursor.
Trying to share cursor.
Can you see the file option? You see under the file option, you know the name box, right? Do you know name box?
Yes, but my screen doesn't show name box. Okay, let me check something.
You have to change your screen to.
Okay, yes, I've clicked out something.
What you do is you change it from this thing to focus content. Focus on content. Please, a minute, please, everyone. Sorry. Let me change the part.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that is what we are talking about. When you want to name, when you are naming, want to create a name for a range, like yesterday we used name, we did name range yesterday. When you do named range, you want to name a range, or you create a table, you want to name a table, you cannot put space in the name. That is a name. When you are creating a name for a table, a name that you can use within Excel, you want to call the name out. But when you are typing, you are just creating the topic, all this typing. You can put as many space as possible to work. Just like normal typing, it will work. In your formula, you can put space, you can do anything. Just when you are creating name for, it's only when you are creating a name for a particular range or table, you cannot use that. Is that clear? Okay, let's quickly look at sorting now. Sorting. When you talk about sorting, you talk about arrangement. You want to arrange something. That is what is called sorting. You want to arrange based on certain thing. Arrange it from A to Z or from first to the last. If you look at this one, look at this transaction now. It's arranged based on the transaction number. You can arrange based on transaction number. So sorting, when you sort, it will arrange your distance, and you can sort with a range like this, but it is better when you want to sort with a table. Table makes sorting easier than ordinary range. We have these sales and the sales staff here. Let's sort this data by, want to sort this data by the sales staff by their name. Want to sort them by their name. What do? Just right click on it and you see sort down here. This sort A to Z or Z to A. Whichever one you like, click sort to A. Now you can see that we now have Ashley. After Ashley, which one follows now? Ashley, Betsy. After Betsy, you see which other one follows. So it will arrange them A to Z. So we have sorted. That's how to sort. Again, Ctrl Z. Right click and click on sort. Sort either A to Z or Z to A. Automatically, you can see that it has affected all other part of the table. Sometimes it will ask you, do you want to expand it to include the other column? Say yes. If you want it to change, you want to affect other columns. If you don't, if you're only interested in the column alone, you can say no. But in most cases, since you want everything on this row to come together, not just the Ashley, then you're going to click yes if it brings that option for you. That is a simple way.
Please,
to
Akim,
yeah.
Did you say that for us to sort, you must select the data and rename the table to a name?
I didn't rename anything.
Okay, you just selected within their range.
Just click on this on the cell under the name, because I want to use name. I want to sort by name, right? I just click a cell under the name.
Okay.
Which means that I'm sorting by this column. That is the meaning. I just click a cell here, right click on it, and click on sort A to Z.
Akimo,
yes.
you selected a cell. I thought it was to. How did you then highlight the entire data?
The computer himself, the system is expanded it.
When you selected a cell, you right clicked.
And I click on sort A to Z. And I said in some cases, your system might ask you a question. Do you want to expand it? Click on yes. Yeah, it will expand it. In my own case, it didn't bring that option. It just expands straight away.
It expanded it by itself.
By itself, exactly. So
what if I decide to do manually highlight the whole thing? Will it still work?
You want to manually highlight the whole thing? No, it will not work, because you have to select which column you want to
No, I'll select all of them now. Is it not to select all the, starting with the column heads down to everything?
Okay. No, I will show you how to do that later. You want to sort by a column. When you want to sort by a column, just select that column and sort. That's all. Or a single column sorting. You want to sort by product. Just go to the product, right click and sort. That's all. Is that okay now? That's the first step. Now, what you said now before, what you said, what if you want to sort based on, you want to sort more than one step? What do? Mr. Marand, you select your data or you pick a cell, doesn't matter. Then click on sorting, but instead of sort now, you click on custom sort. Look at my screen, please. You see custom sorting. Now, with this dialog box, you can sort any column you like, column of your choice. Let's say we want to sort. The first sorting is we want to sort by the name first. Those names should be Z to A. Z to A. Then add a level now. Then after you sort the name, then now sort by the product. And the product also should be what? Z to A or A to Z. And add a new layer again. Then we now want to sort that one by date. The date should be from the oldest to the newest. Okay, let's click OK. Now, let's look at what we have. We sort by Z to A, then followed by the product, and followed by the date. It means that it will first arrange this by, arrange all this by the Z to A, then we now move to product. Under the Zaret, all cells by Zaret will be arranged. Eyeliner on the foundation, still on Zaret, and what again? Deep gloss. Can you see that it's well arranged now? And after that, you still see that even each product is now arranged based on the date. 4th January, 15, February, April. So with that, when you want to highlight everything or you want to use the sorting, you can manipulate your sorting better. You can manipulate your sorting more when you use the custom sorting. Then
Mr.
you
Kim,
can, yeah.
Mr. Kim, my own sorting did not bring all these 3 tables here. What you brought is different from your own.
Can you share your screen? Let's see your screen. Can you share your screen with us? Let's see your screen and see what you get.
Sure. Have you seen it? Can you see my screen? Hello?
Hello?
Can you see my screen?
Your screen is coming up. I see it's coming up. Okay, share your screen. Let's see your screen. Okay, let's see your screen. Share your screen. I think your screen is off. You can reshare it again. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, share your Excel. You can see your screen, but you open your Excel. Launch your Excel. Let's see your Excel. I can see. You are using WPS now? You are using WPS.
Yes.
This is the 3 column now. I can see it. You can see the 3 column now. Select the transaction number here on the left. Now, no, on the left. Sort by. Yeah, click on that drop down. Yeah, you can click a name. Yeah, select a name. How you want to arrange it? Is it from smallest to largest? Change it from A to Z.
There's no A to Z.
Because it's what you are using. What you are using is a WPS, not Excel.
Okay.
No. Yeah, you are using WPS. Use the smallest to largest. You see like A to Z. It stands for A to Z. Add layer. Add level now. Add level to it.
Which one? Level.
Add level. Add level. Look at it at the top. No. Add
okay,
level.
This one. Okay.
Yeah. Add level. Yeah. Select
Okay.
that.
Product.
Product.
Okay.
Yeah. And then add level again. So you can delete level. You can rearrange level. You can do anyone you like. You can see that, and you can have more control of what you have here now.
Okay.
Okay. But I advise instead of using WPS, please use Excel. Okay.
Okay.
Click OK. Click OK. So let me quickly show you how to do that. Click OK. Close this Excel. Close this Excel. You have this WPS. Save. Yes. Save it. Okay. Now go to where you download it. Where you download this. The download. Click OK. Click OK. Save. Let's save it. Okay. Save to my desktop. This is desktop, right? Now let's go to the desktop now. Open your desktop. Please, other people, you can also be looking at it. No, just open your desktop. Just open it. Click on and click on window. Okay, that's it. Right click on it. Right click on that workbook that you just click on. No, the workbook you want to open now. Where is the workbook you want to open?
The workbook I want to open.
Yes, today's one that we just do now. You just save now.
Okay, let me go. It is on. It is online. Let me go and save it.
No, I think it's on desktop. The desktop.
No, I didn't save it on desktop. I have a. I'm bringing it out.
Okay. Now right click on it.
Okay, let me save. Let me save it on desktop.
Okay.
PC.
Okay.
Desktop.
Okay. It's there already. Can you see? It's there already. Yeah. Okay, but let's go to the desktop now. Now go to desktop.
That is right click.
Right click on it. Right click on it. Click on open with. Open with. Come down. Open with. Come down. Come down. Come down. Come down. Open. Yeah. Click on choose. No. You are too fast. No. Close it. Close it. Right click again. Go to open with. Open with. Click on choose another app. Yeah.
Okay.
Another app. Now check this box down. Check this box down here. Always use this app. Yeah. Okay. Now you cannot select Excel and click OK now. Always use this app. So next time you want to open the Excel, it will open in Excel, not WPS.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can open it. It's going to open with you, and everything will turn to Excel now. Not okay. So you can take your screen. So that's the way to sort, to do sorting. You can also sort with color. When you are sorting, you can sort color. You remember when we are doing logical, conditional formatting, you can format some text and you can arrange them. You want to sort them, you can sort based on the color. You can see color here. You can sort based on color, and you can also use custom sorting for color. Select the name, and instead of cell value, you use cell color. So the moment you see cell color, it's going to ask you which color do you want first. We have green, and the green where you want to be, is it on bottom or on top? We want green to be on top, and click OK. It will sort based on the color, so you can add layer and add more color to it. Sorry, you can always sort with color. For example, sometimes You like there was a day somebody called me. Look at this simple task. It has a long list of companies, and the company names were written. No company are not written the same way. We have Adebayo Ventures, right? We have Adeoye. We have, let's say we have Fanta Limited, and then we have Desk Enterprises, and we have Dance Limited. Can you see? You can see that if you look at this thing very well, you want to sort it in a way that all limited will come first before every other ones. You want all limited. You don't want the let's say we have limited also, LTD. And you can see that the limited are not written the same way. And if you want to sort, in this case, you cannot sort because either A to Z or Z to A will not work because the limited you want to use is at the back. What do? You just use conditional formatting to highlight cells that has limited, highlight cells that has LTD. Then you sort based on the color you apply for the two. You see how you're limited and LTD above, every other one will come down. That's a simple way of using this knowledge. So the same thing, you can also sort icon. You can sort icon, click on your sort, you see icon here, constant sorting, and instead of stock, instead of using the cell value, you use what? Cell conditional format icon. There's an icon by conditional formatting here. It will ask you which one do you want to come first? Which one do you want at the top? You want this on top or bottom? Then add level, followed by which one? Followed by cell icon, followed by the one this, and it's okay. The third one will follow. Click OK. You see that it's arranged now. This before this before this. That's a way to use sorting. And finally, on sorting, that's something I would like you to note here. All these things we have been doing so far. What if you want to sort January to December? You want to sort Monday to Friday? Are you going to use A to Z or Z to A? No. Or you want to sort here, you want east, west, south, midwest. You want to arrange it like this. This is not A to Z, this is not Z to A, and this is not, there's nothing here. What do you do in this case? There's what is called custom list. You can customize your list and tell Excel to sort based on that list. Let's look at this example. We have this on the mount. Right click on it and click on custom sorting. Now, we want to sort the mount by value, but here we don't want A to Z, we don't want Z to A, we want what? Custom list. Again, here, instead of the order here, we don't want A to Z, we don't want Z to A. What we want custom list for the sorting. This is where you now pick your list. What is the list? January to December. This is it, the list. If you don't have the list, you have the list there, just click OK. It will sort based on January, February, March, April, May, June to December. If you don't have the list, you type the list out by yourself. Sort again, custom sort. You can type out the list by yourself. For example, let's look at this. Let's look at this sorting here. I want to sort it by west, east, south, and midwest. Let's quickly look at this. Right click, sort, custom sort, and let me delete this level and add a new level now. And this is going to be based on location, based on the location, and we want it in based on the value, but custom list. Let's create a new list. So the new list will be like this. We have west, west. You can put comma, or you go to the next one. East. Is it east? West, east. Then we have, no, I think the west is small letter. Everything is small letter. West, west, east, south, and midwest. You can see now, I've created my new list. If you want January to December, February to whatever, you can always arrange, you can always group it the way you want it to be arranged. Click add list. The list is added now. You can arrange by name. Okay. Okay. Let's look at it. Can we see we have west, east, south, and west. After the west, we should have east, we should have south, and midwest. East, south, midwest. That's the way to go. Let's have to use a custom list for sorting. Any question on sorting before we jump to filter? Any question on sorting?
Okay, this is class.
Felix, any question? Francis, any question? Agbola, Ezekiel, any question? Okay. Okay, good. I think we can move to filter now. Unlike sorting, where you sort and rearrange, filter will only show you what you want. Anything you click on, you filter will only show. Other things will disappear. For example, let's look at this data again here. We want to show Kelly only. Want to filter Kelly out of this data. What do? You right click and you see filter here. From filter by selected value. The value only want to filter by this value, not by the color, because there is white color there. So let's use value here. You can see we have Kelly only. Every other one will disappear. Not that they disappear, they were just hidden. Look at the number here. 1, 2, 26, 83, 1, 1, 1. Every other one will be hidden. Hide them. Can you see them here? They were hidden. They were just hidden under the Excel. Can you see them? Yeah. I can expand them, I can expose them. Can you see them? They are there. They are there. They were only what? They were only being hidden. That is how to filter. There's not much when it comes to filter, except that when you want to do advanced filter. Control Z it again. Okay, when you are filtering, you can just like the sorting tool, you can use table. Let's create a table for this. Let's use table this time around. I click OK. Now we have a table here. Now, when you click on, you see a drop down box on this table. With this drop down, you can select how you want to, not sorting, to filter. Look at the filter option here. You want to filter the text based on maybe text that equal to a particular name, a cluster, or does not equals to, that begin with, that end with, that contain. Can you see now? You can filter something that end with this, or that contain this, or does not contain this, or custom filter. You can also select from here, select Adam and the Barnes and the Bennett. Click OK. You will see that we only have Adams, Bennett, and what? And is it Charles or whatever? So we have them only. When you select, okay, Bennett and Barnes, so that is called filter. Can you try that, everyone? Create a table first. Create a table. Use the drop-down arrow and select the first three: Adams, Barnes, and Bennett. 2 minutes for that. Filter them out.
The shortcut for creating table. What is the shortcut for creating table? Mr. Kim.
Hello, Mr. Geoffrey.
I said, what's the shortcut for creating table?
Control T. Control plus T. That's a table. Control T. So you use the drop down. You see the text filter because this column is a text. This column has a text. You will see that we have text filter here. So here you can filter based on anything. If you click on the list price, it will filter the number. You see number filter. The number that equals to this, does not equal to this, less than this, greater than this, above this, and this. So you want to filter it, the top 10, the top 20, you can always filter them out. Is that okay? I think you have seen the options there. You can see the one for sorting too. Sorting also have a custom sort there. Okay, good. Can we move? So that's how to sort. You can sort based on numbers. Sort, let's say you want to sort the top 10 or the top 10% or top 10 items. Let's top the top 10 items based on the value. Click OK. Means we only have the top 10. These are the top 10. The top 10. That is it. You can sort. I how to sort. And you can clear your filter anytime. Filter heat. You want to filter pool where the false is true or false. Just click on that. Only false. Click OK. So you can see all the pool are false. So you can do more than one filter. Okay, you can see that we filter the false now. They want to see all the pool that is false and want to see them from the central only. Central, it must be central and pool, false. Central and false. Can you see now? So this is called a two-layer. This is a two-layer filtering. So that is it. That's a two-layer filtering. Okay, now first thing we filter pool. We put pool on false. Then we go to area and we filter it onto central. Let's say if you still want to filter more, you want to see where the pool. Okay, let me quickly draft a criteria. I want all sales from central, right? Where pool is false and list price is above 300,000. 3 criteria. All sales from what? From central, where pool is false and where list price is above 300,000. Let's quickly do it together. Let me clear the filter and clear the filter. So what do you want to do first? We want to see the central area. Okay, we sorted that. Where pool is false, then you go to pool put it on false, click OK. And the list price is above 300,000. Go to list price and go to number formatting, greater than 300,000. 300,000 only. Click OK. Let's look at it. Does it meet our criteria? The central, the price, and the pool. Does it meet our criteria or not? Yes or no? Hello?
It's correct.
Yeah, so that is what we just did. That's what we did. So when you have more than one criteria, you can use this kind of format to do that. So you can do more than one filter. You can see that we have one filter here, then we see the another filter on it, then we had another filter on it. If you want to see the number of bedroom again, you can see hard bedroom, where bedroom is 3 or 2 or whatever, all those things are there. So you can do more than one this. Okay, that will take us to advanced filter. That filter will take us to what? Advanced filter. The difference between filter and advanced filter is that while filter will filter in place like this, you can see that every other thing are just hidden. Advanced filter will just help you to copy your data somewhere else. You can see that the filter we have been doing so far are here. Then you can copy from here. If you have copied now, you can say Ctrl C, and you can go to where you want to use it. And this is your data. The top, this is the data that match the criteria that maybe your boss want to see. You're going to give him, okay, these are all the sales from Central, where the poll is false, and the list price is what? Above 300,000. This is everything. Just copy and give to the person. But why not use advanced filter, where you don't need to copy? How do we do that? The same question, the same thing we did there, the same instruction we pass here. Clear filter, and clear filter here. The same question we have here, let's copy the same question and take it to advanced filter sheet. This is it, V. The central where pool is false and list price is above 300,000. What do we do? Just copy this header first. Copy the header here and paste it somewhere. The header and paste it. Ctrl V. This is the first step. You copy the header and paste. Then you now go to under area. You type central, or you copy central here. Put under area. Can you see the first one? And where the pool is false, copy false. Pool is what? Is false. V. And the price is above, greater than 300,000. That's all. We have created our criteria. We have created our criteria now. What do we now do after we have done this? You go back to your either data tab or home tab. You see advanced filter. Under the southern filter, you see advanced filter here. Advanced filter. Click on this. It's going to open a new dialog box for you. It's asking you, filter in place or in another place. Say copy to another location. Want to copy the filter to a location. And where is the list range? The list range is the data we want to filter. This data, agent, from here, you can see the broken line. If it doesn't get it, you can create it by yourself. Control Shift right arrow, down arrow key. You have created your criteria, your list range. Then criteria. The criteria is what we created here is our criteria. This. Sorry. These are criteria. hold your shift where you are selecting that, and copy to new location. You select where you want to copy to. Want to copy to this place and click OK. Can you see our filter? This is our filter. Just like that. This is our filter automatically. Once again, let me do it again. Let me do it again. Let me delete this. Let me clear everything. Yeah. Clear all. Okay, neat. Now, we want to filter where the area is the central, list price above 300,000, and the poll is false. Right? Okay. Let's say we want to add something again. Okay, we also want or where the bedroom is greater than 4, greater than 3, greater than 2, rather. So with this, what you have to do is just to go to Data tab. You see Advanced Filter here. Click on it. You have about 3 or 4 things to do here. Copy to location. You must tell it that you don't want to filter in place. You want to copy the filter to a location. Then it's asking for 3 things. Where is the list you want to filter? This is it. These are our lists. That is good. So where's your criteria that you want to use? These are criteria. The one we created here. This one is our criteria. These are criteria. And the last one is where do you want to copy to? You just select anywhere you want to copy to and hit OK. So it will copy based on that criteria, and you see that it match what we actually are looking for. I think we are good with that.
Sorry, please. I didn't get the criteria range.
Okay, this is the criteria range. This one. You put all your instructions under different headings. You know, central will be under central. List will be on the price will be under list. Number of bedroom will be under this, and this will be under this. Is that okay? That is how to create a criteria. What if we want between 300 and like 350 only? What do we do? When we have between 300 and 350 only, you just create another column here, another option here. That's okay. Let me just see list price again. Control C, Control V. List price between greater than this, but less than 350. Less than 350. It doesn't matter even if you delete all these other headings. If you delete them, it doesn't disturb anything you want to do. To the left, look at it now. Those ones that you are not are not needed. You can delete them. False. False. I think the false is capital letter. Yeah. False. And you can delete all these ones if you like. Delete them. It doesn't do anything to you. But those ones that you need, your criteria must be under the heading that tallies with the headings you have. Hello? The person who asked the question, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is your criteria. That is, area must be central. This price must be between greater than this but less than this, and the pool must be what? False. So it doesn't need that. Not always that you have to copy everything to be long like that. Okay, now let's now do this now. Go to your data tab, click on advanced filter, then you have all your options there. Copy to one location first. The range is selected already. This is the range you want to filter. The criteria range, you come here and you select your criteria range also. This is your criteria. Then copy to where? Let's copy to the next column after this, and let's click OK. That is it. I see that it's giving you everything, except that we have selected between 300 and 350. Is it clearer? Better now. Is it clearer and better? So you can see that you can manipulate Excel to do so many things. Excel is very wide and very useful. Very useful. You can see from the conditional formatting, that's where the analysis started from. You can see the analysis, you can analyze your data in various way. Before you even get to the main analysis, you see the way you are able to analyze your data and do other things now. Okay, because of the time, let's quickly look at the last topic. The last topic of the day. I think we are going to overspend like 15 minutes. Sorry about that. We're going to spend about 15 minutes for this. So sorry about that. But let's quickly look at it. We have some function here called, some of the functions that we can also use under statistical function is large function, small function, rank function. Those three, you can use them in your analysis. For example, you want to rank your student. You want to rank the numbers. You have or rank your sales. So you can quickly sort if you want to sort them, or you can use manual method. What if you have a long list and you want to know who's called number? You want to know the 5th person only, or you're only interested in the number 125. Let's say you have 1 million rows. You want to know the person that who scores or who sells falls between social number 125 or whatever. So you remember yesterday we started with max function. We use max function to get the maximum. We use min function to get the minimum number. But what if you want you don't want the highest or the lowest? You want a particular number in between. In that case, you're going to make use of what? Large function. I say what? Large function. How does it work? Let's quickly look at this. We want to know the 4th largest in this group. Look at this group. We want to know the 4th largest number, the 4th highest number. What do? Equals to large. Open the bracket, select the group, and you type 4. Number 4 in this group. Tell us number 4. That's 378. Are we correct? Let's check it if it is correct. We have 900 highest, followed by 800 second, 600 third, and this is the 4th highest number. You want to know the 3rd highest? Equals to large. Open the bracket, select the group, let's call array, comma, and the third want to know the 3rd highest number. That is it, 600. The same thing applicable to small. Equals to small. Want to know the smallest number? Select the array and type 1, comma, 1. That's the smallest number. That's the minimum number. But you want to pick something between the 5th. Want to know the 5th smallest number? That is next to the highest. Equals to small. Put the bracket, select your array, and comma, type 5. Close the bracket, enter. So you don't need to be scrolling up and down to know who should be the 5th on the list or whatever. Just use the formula and that will give you what you want. Is that clear? Yes, if it is clear. No, if you have question. Yes, if it is clear, and no, if you have question. Yes or no. Use the chat box. Before we move to the next one, which is rank. Rank. Just like the large and small. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3. How do we rank all this? We want to rank it. We want to know the position. What position does 120 hold in the group? What position does 800 hold in the group? What position does this 600 hold in this list? This is used to assign, we want to rank scores in class. Instead of you to be looking at one by one, first, second, third, or copy to somewhere, go and filter, sort it first, then you now begin to filter whatever. Assuming the student number are they already have their student ID number following each other. You won't be able to be sorting and filtering just anyhow. You get that? What do? You just use rank function equals to rank. Rank function. What do you want to rank? The number. Which number do you want to rank? You want to rank this. Oh, sorry, this rank average, sorry. You want to rank. Just use the rank, normal rank. Get that? So we want to rank this number, comma, and the reference, we want to rank from this group, comma. Is it ascending or descending? That's also important. The ranking, is it ascending order or descending? Let's use ascending order now. That means from smallest to largest. Then close the bracket, enter. This is 2. It's as simple as that. You can see that this one is what? Is 2. The same thing for other ones. So if you want to drag this down, you're going to get error. Who can tell me why we're having error here before I explain? Can somebody tell me why we're having error here? What we did yesterday. Abiba, Taiwo, can you tell us why we are having error here? Abiba.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us. Yeah, why are we having error? 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1. Why? The same thing, if I do the same thing here too, I'm going to get error. If I copy this down, I'm going to get error too. I'll be okay. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to get error too. Why? Why? Can you see what is happening? Why? Can you see the range? It's changing. Why?
I feel we have to fix it. We have to fix it.
Exactly. That is where the knowledge
I
of
can't use the same formula for all of.
That's where the knowledge of absolute reference we did yesterday comes into play. Okay, let's quickly fix something. It means the range is changing, and it shouldn't. The range should not change, right? So what do? We're going to put the range in what? F4. Let's now do our formula again now. Select the range and press F4. You now see $sign in everything that has to do with the range. See the range? $829 to $834. It's not already fixed in the absolute reference. Then we can now say, okay, we want to see in ascending order or descending order. Ascending. Now, with this now, it's going to give us the right answer. Because the range is no longer shifting. Look at this also. You can see what we have here. First one is correct, but second one, the range started dropping down. See the range started going down. Can you see now? So it will keep going like that. But if you apply absolute reference, it's not going to change like that. Okay, That is how to use rank function. So let's quickly go to how to use sum if. You know, today we've learned if. What if we want to sum something and based on condition? How do we do that? Yesterday we learned how to use sum. You can, I know by now you can sum all this together. Just type equals to sum. Sum, bracket, select all this, and close the bracket. That's how to sum. But we only want to sum all sales of banana only. We want to sum bananas only. Bananas only. We don't want to sum everything. We are only interested in what? In bananas only. So in that case, when you want to sort based on criteria, you're going to use what is called sum if. You do what? We use sum if. Okay, let's see how sum if work. Equals to sum if. The first thing it's asking for is range. Which range do you want to sum? You want to sum this range? This is the range. This range, sorry. This is the range you want to sum based on criteria. Want to sum banana. Comma. What is the criteria? We have selected the range already. What criteria you want to use? You can type it, you can select it. It doesn't reach down, sorry. Okay. You can select bananas. You can type bananas yourself. Double quote. Bananas. Oh, sorry. Bananas. Double quote. You can type it out, but make sure that the name started with is exactly the way it was written. Comma. What do you want to sum? After you look at this range, find all bananas. Then sum the equivalent whatever under this amount. This is sum range. We have range. We have criteria. We have sum range. Now let's close the bracket and hit enter. We have 180 for bananas only. Let's check. We have banana 60, banana 60, banana 60. We have 3 bananas. We have 3 bananas and we have 180. Again, let's sum for apple equals to sum if. The criteria range, these are range, the fruit. Look at the fruit, comma. The criteria is what? It's lemon. Click on lemon, comma. And the sum range, these are sum range. Sum range, then close the bracket, enter, 120. Let's check for lemons, 40, 40, 40. We have 120 for lemon only. Can you try that, everyone? Let's try it out. Sum if sum if Are you done with that? Are you done with that? When you are done, type yes in the chat box. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Some ifs. Let's look at some ifs now. What if we want more than one? More than one, we have more than one criteria. So we have it. We call this count. We are going to use some ifs this time around. So we want to see all banana type that are lady fingers. All bananas that are what? That are lady fingers now. So what do? We want bananas that are lady fingers. Okay, you just go to equals to some ifs. Unlike the sum if, this time around, the first thing is asking for a sum range. After that, we now go to criteria range and criteria. Let's quickly add the sum range first. Sum range, comma. The next thing after sum range is what? Criteria range 1. The range 1 is that it has to be what? Orange. Sorry. That will be what? Bananas. Comma. It's asking for another range 2 again if you have more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 range. The range 2, comma. The criteria is what? Lady finger. Or you select from here, whatever you like. Then close the bracket, hit enter. So it must be bananas, not all bananas. We only are interested in what? In lady fingers only. So let's check if it is correct. We have bananas, we have lady finger. We have bananas, we have Cavendish. And we have banana, we have Cavendish. So we only have one lady finger, which is at 60 only. Okay, then followed by, so let's do another one again. We want to see lemon eureka. Lemon, we want to sum lemon that are eureka only. What do? Equals to sum ifs. Ifs. The sum range is this. We want to sum this. We want to sum this, comma. The range, the first range is what? You select the criteria range 1. This is the first range. Comma. What is the criteria? The first criteria is what? Is lemon. Comma. Then the range 2. It's asking for range 2. We're still on that range. Comma. The criteria after the comma is asking for criteria is eureka. And that's all. Enter. So we have 80. Wow. We have lemon eureka, and the lemon rough. So eureka and eureka is what? 80. Is that clear? Then the last one is count if and count ifs. Just like the sum if, except that it doesn't have the sum range. Every other thing remains the same. Equals to count. Want to count if want to count number of banana we have. Want to count if it's banana. Just the sorry, count if. Count if the range, this is the range, comma, and this is the criteria, banana. That's all. Close the bracket, enter. You have 3 bananas. Yeah. Count ifs. You want to count the banana that are lady fingers? No problem. Equals to count ifs. Remember the S at the back. The criteria range 1 is this. Count all the bananas, comma, where it is banana. You can select from here. You can type. You can select from anywhere. Like, comma. The range 2 is this. Oh, sorry. I've changed the range. Are not the same. The first one does not include the header from 39 to 50. So from 39, this is from Fuji here, comma. The criteria is what? Is lady finger. Then close the bracket. Criteria 1, criteria 1. Criteria range 2, where is it? Something is missing somewhere. Okay. Criteria 1 is missing here. Banana, comma. So from the first one, look for banana, then count the second one, look for lady finger, enter. That is 1. You only have 1 lady finger, that is bananas. So I think we can go through the videos when the video is ready and practice and practice and practice again. However, I think there's an assignment here. I want you to try this out. Try this out. This will you use it. This assignment will help you better on this statistical function. Okay, let's quickly do this together before we move to the assignment. Look at this. What we have here. How many brake shoes have been bought? Can somebody tell us what formula are we going to use? Who can tell us formula to use here? How many brake shoes have been bought? Is it sum if or count if? How many brake shoes have been bought?
Count if.
Count if. That's how many. Count if. This is the range, right? Comma. What's the criteria? Brakes. Want to count number of brakes? 2. Is it correct? 1 and 2. That is it. How many times have been bought? Same way. How many times have been bought? You can do the same, use the same function or the same method. Equals to count if, select the range, comma, and the criteria is the tires. Close the bracket, enter. How many items cost above $100 and above? Equals to what? Count if. The range this time around is there. Is the range, comma. What's the criteria? The criteria is what? Greater than, or sorry, I'm going to put in double quote. Greater than or equals to 100. Double quote. Close the bracket, enter. 7. We have 7 items greater than or equals to 100. Let's check them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's how to do that. So the assignment I'm going to give to you now is this. Find the total unit that was sold in the East region. In the East region, we want to look at the region, the total unit. That means we are going to sum all the units here together to get total unit. Can somebody tell me what are we going to use? Is it sum if or count if? sum if, or count if. What are you going to use to get that?
Sum if.
Sum if.
Okay. What was total revenue generated from binder? Total revenue from binder.
Sum if.
Total revenue. Okay. Sum if. The total revenue from central where the item is pencil. Total revenue from central region where the item is pencil.
Sum if.
Sum if.
Some ifs. There is S there because we have two criteria: central region and pencil. Some ifs. How many units? How many units were sold by sales representative Jones, where the cost of the each item was greater than 4 naira. Yeah, where the cost. How many units? How many units? No, I think we are going to use some ifs because we are going to add the units together. Yeah, how many units were sold? Where this? Because how many units? It means you're going to add all the units together to get the how many units. Are you getting me now? Because the unit, if it's asking for how many times you can use count if. But how many units? It means you're going to add all the units together to get that. So that's just a simple analysis of how we're going to go through the assignment. Sorry for keeping you late. I hope we've learned one or two things today, and let's practice and practice and practice. And for those of us who are still interested in joining, you can talk to me, and we iron it out. If you have paid before, those who have paid, please, let's take our time and go through everything we've learned before the next class on the Saturday. So, and for those of us who have not made payment, thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping our company, and we hope you too will make payment maybe in the subsequent classes. You are free to introduce our training to any one of your friends, your families, and you can invite them to join BMC group so that they can have access to our free training. Each time we have free training, we want to do whatever we can do in our capacity to support everyone around us. Whether you have money or you don't have money, we'll try as much as possible to add value to you once you join our group. Thank you very much for your time. My guy is there, Mr. Obi. Thank you very much for joining us. My friend Ngozi, you're also welcome.
Thank you.
You're also welcome to the group. I thank everyone for making this success today, and I pray that God will help every one of us. Thank you very much. Francis,
Amen.
I cited you. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye now.